Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flock. My name is Valerie Bott, and good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever it is you are. It's still morning here, I just ate breakfast. But I'm glad you're here, and wow, I'm glad so many people are here already. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to start off with a song, and then I will say hello to everybody. This is called Cinderella. Oh my God. You guys are awesome. All work and no play, don't work no more. I look for trouble in a dress I can't afford. I saw you in the moonlight, you asked me for this dance. I only love the rhythm, I ain't looking for no romance. And I am not your Cinderella, and I ain't looking for no prince. You assume I'm nothing more than a pretty face on the ballroom floor, and I don't believe that fairy tales exist. My house is no home, no love is lost, but I keep on dancing, no mind the cost. And I am not your Cinderella, and I ain't looking for no prince. You assume I'm nothing more than a pretty face on the ballroom floor, and I don't believe that fairy tales exist. I promised I might be home by midnight. There ain't no fancy coach to take me home. I don't walk too good in heels and know I'm younger than I feel, but lately I've been weary to the bone. Lately I've been weary to the bone. And I am not your Cinderella, and I ain't looking for no prince. You assume I'm nothing more than a pretty face on the ballroom floor, and I don't believe that fairy tales exist. You assume I'm nothing more than a pretty face on the ballroom floor. I don't believe that fairy tales exist. Okay, let me give you all some good advice. And that advice is, do not lotion up your hands before you play the guitar. It's a lose situation in which I have very slippery fingers. And that was hard. And I'm like, why can't I hit the note? But I'm very well moisturized. I will say that. Super well moisturized. Okay, wow, so many people here. Thank you guys so much. I have Robbie Stingle was first. We've got Ed B. Metal and Happy Another Day We're Still Breathing, everybody. Sometimes that's where I'm at. Feel this. Ed. Oh, I love this part. Ed says, I made a nice breakfast, devouring that now. Jalapeno and Hungarian pepper Canadian bacon omelet on a toasted everything bagel with melted blue cheese. Y'all, let's go to Ed's house for breakfast. I mean, come on now. That sounds amazing. Ed says, I enjoy cooking almost as much as making music. Well, I enjoy eating, I think, more than making music. So I'll be there. That sounds great. Yeah, both are an outlet for creativity. I feel that. Oh my gosh. Hold on. We're going to go step down. I just set up by Marshall. Marshall, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. You rock. I can't, that's, oops, I missed the wrong one. That's the sweetest thing, Marshall. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm coming back. So, Robbie talked about he likes Brahms breakfast burritos. Is that how you spell it? Oh, I see. So, we had Brahms in Amarillo, and my grandma that was like where she wanted to go get milk. So like instead of go to the grocery store, you go to Brahms, which is basically an ice cream store, and they also have like burgers and other food, but they're like an ice cream store. And but their milk is like melted ice cream. It was so good. It was the best milk. And I remember like going with her to get like just wanting like being so excited to get to drink this glass of milk that was the best milk ever. Okay, now Ed's done with breakfast, but could go for a loaded hot dog. You guys make me hungry. I just ate. Oh, Chad Freeman, great to see you. Came over from Michael's. Oh my gosh, so many new memberships. This is awesome. Mix Club says, stop talking about food unless it's candy. No candy for you, Rhett. Good to see you. Edward Richard, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm trying to cut down on candy, and it's been hard. I think it's already paying off, though. Pookie Ann, good morning. Oh, this is interesting. Ed says he had a glass? That was like a spoonful of apple cider vinegar before bed. It supposedly helps you burn fat at night. I hadn't heard that. I know it's supposed to be like good for your gut health, but I've never like done it more than one day in a row. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I wonder, is that something I should be doing to make I want to lose weight. That's one of my resolutions. I'll talk about that in a minute. Like, how's everybody's resolutions going? Some of mine are better than others. So I love Chad Freeman says love and positivity. Wago Howard, Hannah Howe, great to see you. Blue Unicorn says good morning, have you gone to bed? Pole Vault, great to see you. I hope sunshine's well too. Let's see. And Lady Campion also likes my lotion advice. It was dumb. I'm like trying to wipe it off, but I'm like, no, that everything is lotioned. I'm in trouble. Yep, still up from yesterday. Kind of thought maybe. I got a great lot of sleep. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Again, thank you so much, Marshall, for doing this. So we got Big P. Big P, say hello sometime. Lily and Ollie and Lee, again, say hello sometime. Hazar, these are some new, you really brought out the lurkers, Marshall. You're good at this. Sometimes I recognize more than this. Doug, great to see you. Charlie, how are you doing? Let's see. Tina Bentley, awesome. Yeah, yay, Marshall. I appreciate it. Karen M. I think I know. Silver Girl, definitely know you. Oh, Blue said I was on DOA's thing until 7. So you just stayed up. Wow. You guys party. I'm not as cool as y'all. Live to Fly channel is at the gym. Oh my God, that's where I need to be. Jorge's back in the vlog. Good to see you. Thanks everybody for doing memberships and for renewing and for even taking the gifts. If you want to allow gifts when they show up, you too can be one of these people and who can, be part of the flock. So some of you should say hello. I'm going to say that. Pookie says, you won't tell me what you're eating for breakfast. Is it candy and Pepsi? Is it pizza rolls and Pepsi? Let me know. I had egg and toast and blueberries and some juice. Lady Campion had a smoothie. Oh, I love those. Ooh, I love strawberry mango. Sounds great. David says he's getting ready for the suck. Last day off before a 16-week semester. We still have our school doesn't start until the 16th, I think, the day after Martin Luther King Day, so it's still another week away. Oh, you have to get the special apple cider vinegar. I like Edward. Spontaneous combustion also helps you burn fat. This is truth. Assorted berries. Ooh. Okay, everybody, while David is doing workout, let's all do workout. Don't do it like that. You'll hurt your elbows. So Chad says, I've been having dreams or waking up remembering this year and haven't had that in many years. So New Year is off to an interesting start. I am also kind of having this for for reasons. And it's been weird. I think overall I'm sleeping better, but I'm having some crazy ass dreams. Last night it was just weird. I don't even want to talk about it because it was kind of gross. You're going to be like, stop. It wasn't pleasant. Aw, Blue, you're so sweet. I mean, you can. You could put it on and rest your little head, and we will say nice things about you, and you can get some rest. Lady says they aren't necessarily lurkers, just random subscribers. Yeah, that doesn't mean they're here right now. I did figure that out. Like they could be watching at another time, but but somehow they came to the channel, and you have to go to the channel and you have to push allow gifts. So that's like 2 steps where people did that. So yeah, I don't know. Blue has never met this Jim fellow. Michael Song's great to see you. Thanks for coming by. Hope you had a great stream too. Pookie is not a fan of Jim. I feel bad for the guy named Jim who's lurking right now. It's like, why does everybody hate me? We're not talking about you. We're crazy. Isomatic, great to see you. I keep missing them in live, but Isomatic's got some cool beat making streams. If you're enjoying beat making and different kind of electronica, it's just at Isomatic. Check that out. Hey, Bright Example, great show last night. I really enjoyed that. Great turnout, great show. I hope you had besides the part where you were sick, besides the part where you feel bad, everything was great, except for that part where you don't feel good. So I hope you feel better soon. Candy and Pepsi. This is how close we all are now. That I'm like, let me name your breakfast. It was really a lot of fun. Yeah, great job on that. Indy, great job. Hello. Blanket hellos. So I did hear that we're still celebrating Indy's birthday for a few more days, even though she had a birthday party. She will accept happy birthdays, I think, for 3 more days. Is that right? Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. What are ass dreams? Oh, I love you for that. Chad has dreams about pole vault, and those are ass dreams because of those backwards chaps. This is me normally. Well, this is me regular. Well, this has been me normally, but switch things up this week for one of my resolutions, and it's definitely affecting like how much I'm dreaming. And it's that part is, it's both interesting. Like I'm like, wow, like it's gone. I feel like I got through a lot last night. Like I overcame a lot because there was all sorts of like things I had to deal with. But then I'm kind of exhausted because I did that. Blue prefers horse dreams to ass dreams. Y'all are the silliest. Don't mess around with Jim. That's a really good song. Dennis Ellis, hope you're doing well. It is cold here. How is everybody's temperatures? We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Lots and lots of snow. Well, either somewhere between like 1 inch and 1 foot. They have no idea. Kind of depends where we are, I guess. Let's see. Robbie's got a new acoustic original out today and every day. I guess they're not always acoustic originals, but they're always, he's got a song out like every day because he's on fire. Oh, okay. I saw this thing and I wasn't quite sure if it was different or so is this to replace your ham show or is this, just like a once in a while thing? So Chad's saying he launched a new series yesterday with Ham Welcomes. And he had Linux, I don't know how to say it. And the first show went really well and more to come this year. So is this replacing your regular ham show or is it like once in a while? What's going on? I'm the detective. Oh, everybody really liked your show. Oh, oh. Well, um, part of me is like, I'm just kind of like hesitant to tell people my resolutions because then when I fail, you'll all know. You'll be like, look at you, big old failure. And so sometimes I'm like, I'm not telling nobody what I'm doing because I'm not really sure. Like, but my thing is that I stopped. So I've been completely sober since for a week now, completely. And so no substances at all, but well, besides coffee. Let me go back here. I am now only caffeinated and nothing else. And that's different from my normal drugged up habit. So it has definitely changed everything. And is it good? So I'm not sure if it's good yet. Oh, I forgot. I turned this thing on and then I forgot that I do that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's good or not. So it's right now it's hard and I am like white knuckling it pretty much. But hopefully it's easier the longer it goes. So wish me luck for that. Okay, Edward had snack ramen and coffee for breakfast. I don't know smack ramen. I don't know if I know what that is. Robbie says, why do I feel everyone is mad at me? I think it's because you need a nap. If you feel like everybody's mad at you, you probably need a nap. So if you have a teddy bear or something, you can then just hold on the teddy bear and go. Because, yeah, it's not true. Yeah, it's because A-Ball is saying it's only that you believe that. It's not true. Adam Verse, great to see you. Okay, some things I read and I don't understand. Hold on, I don't know Don't Mess with Bill. Now, I don't know that one. I have to look up Don't Mess with Bill. I do know. Don't mess with... It isn't. Is it Jim Croce? No. Who sang that? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you don't know Charlie, Gabaldon does a really great Friday song club of his own that starts 1 hour after mine. So there's overlap, but there's always overlaps. So mine starts at 2 p.m. Eastern and his starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. And he has way more jokes than I have. I have very few jokes. I'm not good at jokes. But Charlie, however, he is very good at jokes. Adam says it's 1 degree Celsius here. It is less than that here. It's like -1. Okay, it's just in a while. Once in a while, it'll be ham welcomes. So, but every Saturday, we're still going to have the ham show, one way or the other. I love it. Oh, yeah, I love when it snows, but it doesn't stick. The best part is if it snows and you don't have to scrape the car. Like, if you just have to brush it off, I'm okay with that. I don't know this song either. We'll have to send me some songs, y'all. I don't know these ones. How is it? Okay, it's 31 degrees here. And it's 36 degrees. What do you live, 20 miles north of me? How? How is the difference that difference? I guess you're sitting in the sun and I'm sitting in the shade. I don't know. Oh, you must well, I didn't do the same kind of resolutions. Like last year I did like, these are my exact resolutions and I'm telling you exactly. Did I do very good? No, not really. But I part of me kind of wishes I'd done it, but I was a little bit lazy. But so my other ones I've been trying to really focus on not snacking and eating too much extra food, like really watching my calories and then going to the gym like crazy and actually working out and doing the elliptical. I'm really trying. So it's been good. I'm down about, well, this isn't really true because like I'm counting that Christmas weight where I like ate way too much for a week. And then, so that wasn't like my normal weight. But since that high weight of Christmasness, I am down, 9 pounds. So that's good. And it's not real, like some of those were just like water weight probably. So, but I'm down a little bit, and I just want to I'm going to get like 5 pounds lower than I was before. And I feel like that's going to maybe help. It's really hard. I have so much loose skin that I have a hard time understanding which is just that I have loose skin and which is that I'm fat still. Okay, I'll be working on the Wrongest Brothers this week. Is that like the Wright brothers, but they're the Wrongest Brothers? I resolved to try it and see what happens. That is true. I did resolve. So my first goal is really just like for a month and to see if I can do it, but we'll see. Write music and write your feelings. That's like all I do. Chad resolved to not get any older. Well, good job. I should have done that. I should have done it. Adam, it's great to see you. I think I said hello. I'm a little behind. Blue says, I'm only mad at Robbie. What? You are not. Chad says, 8-Ball, do you like the rock Steve-O made for you? Ooh, I missed it. The answer is inside of you. That's wrong. Oh, the Wrongest Brothers have already sold out our world tour, and we have not made our first song. Man, so successful. The Marvelettes sang Don't Mess with Bill. I might have to check it out. I really don't know that one. Oh, thank you, Anon Mouse. Put up Charlie Gavaldin's a link. Good to see you, Anon Mouse. I'm mad about you. I love it. I love it. Right, Chad says it's mostly your own brain bullying me. I feel that a lot. It gets kind of hard. And sometimes it's hard because it's like, some people don't like you. And so, and they tell you. So it's hard to know when it's your brain and when it's, you should just stay away from those people. Man, nobody loves you more than pole vault. You too. You two are got something special. He is a supervillain on Scooby-Doo. What's this is pounds don't matter. Clothing fit and size is how I measure my body. I think that's true. It's the pounds itself don't really matter so much. It's just the way I am currently tracking it. So you gotta, so I guess the one part is that I can go about 20-pound difference and stay in the same size. And so, yeah, I don't know. That part makes it hard for me a little bit. Maybe my clothes are too baggy. I should buy clothes that fit better. Charlie says I started a new exercise program and you should see how thin my fingers are getting. I mean, you laugh at that, but like you would not believe how much weight I lost in my hands and my feet. I had to buy all new shoes. Completely, because my head lost weight, like everything. It's pretty amazing. So David says he just now lost the 10 pounds that he gained back the last month of fall semester. Well, great. I'm so glad you're at the gym. Good job at losing those 10 pounds. That's huge. David is really great at sticking with it, being consistent and really like focusing on, what his body needs. And I'm really impressed by that. So Wrongest is pole vault. Ooh, and Abe the Band. Oh, I love Abe the Band. If my pants don't fit, then I ain't leaving. I was like that. At one point, this was when I was really in my 20s when I was like the biggest. But I got to a point where, it was also like 2 decades ago. And the clothing, you could not buy big clothing as well as you can now. And there was not like the internet like it is now for shopping. And so I'd be like, I'm going to make pants. And oh man. First of all, I'm not that good at sewing, but it's, I just kept making bigger and bigger pants. Oh, it's opposed to the Righteous Brothers. I was going the Wright Brothers, like the airplane dudes. I'm like, maybe they were in a rock band. I don't know. They could have done that on the side. I'm glad you told me. I find it's better. I don't tell people how hot I am. I don't need to make anyone feel bad. That's one way to do it. You mean, you know. Though that's interesting too, kind of like there is a part where it's like where does it go from like I'm proud of myself to where it's like this has got to bragging, and because some things like are success and other people really struggle with, and vice versa, you know. Their dryer is shrinking their clothes. Mine does. Not messing with Bill is solid advice. Oh, Pookie says no more fever. Oh, I'm so jelly. I think I'm, yeah. Still. You only have 2 pant sizes left to choose from. I feel this. I was, y'all, when I was in high school, I shouldn't even tell people this. I'm so gross. When I was in high school, I went to I went to this private high school in Dallas that was very kind to let me go and not pay anything. But when I first got, you had to get a uniform. And so we got 2 uniforms. And so it's like 2 skirts, like 2 shirts and a jacket and these little shoes. And within like 2 months, I lost one of the skirts. Like it tore. No, it tore, and I couldn't fix it. It just ripped, and I was just like, Ugh. I wore one skirt for 3 years, like every day. And that's how gross I am. So, yeah. £20 sounds like a lot. I think it's how tall you are. I'm not tall, but I'm 5'7". So, I think that makes a big difference. Adam, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Blue says he put on 30 pounds last year. Wow. How much I put on? I guess at the end, I kept thinking I was gaining weight, but I really maintained it pretty well. But I just kind of was always 5 pounds over where I like wanted to be in my head. So that's kind of really all I'm trying to do is just get to the place where I would like to be in my head. Yeah, just wear skirts. There you go. They found that loving feeling. Okay, I'm signing up for the Wrongest Brothers right now. That did me. That's all I needed. You feel Hugh Caldwell is mad at me for chatting with him too much. No, Hugh loves it. Pants with stretchable waists are nice. Hey, Ironton, great to see you. Thanks for dropping by. It's hard to play. Rhett says it's hard to play a Strat with his belly gets round. And his acoustic felt better. I would like to. I one time tried an Ovation guitar, and so an Ovation acoustic on the back of the guitar instead of being like a flat back, it's really rounded. And I only tried it when I was fat, and I was like, I do not like this at all because it's like it doesn't fit my body because I had a tummy and it was like hitting it. And so I would like to try it now and see if I still, because people love them, and I didn't get it, but I think I got to try it again. Woohoo! Yeah, I feel like I appreciate all the memberships and all the subs and everything. I'm just gonna put this up here, but I still am like halfway giving up on that. Red's put on 35 pounds, same britches, and they still latch. So I'm saying, is the belly going over more, under? That's the difference. Pole vault likes to pirouette when he wears skirts. Lady says I'm tall. Well, thank you. I like to be tall. I'm not really. I mean, I'm not short, but I'm right in that middle of not short and not tall. Yeah, that's how I felt. That's what it felt like. It's spelled pirouette, everybody. Hey, look at all. I'm so tall. There's one YouTuber I follow, and she does weight like weightlifting competitions, bodybuilding, and physique kind of things, where she's like super buff. She's amazing, and I kept watching her things, and I thought she must be like 5'11" or 6 feet tall. She just looks so tall on stage and just like talking to me. She just looks so tall on the video. And she's 5'8", which I was just like, I don't know. I really thought she was super, super duper duper tall. And I think also it's because she has like a thin, long face, and I have like a round Charlie Brown face. I also hit my head. Sorry. I thought I was right, but I was wrongest. Charlie. Charlie says, I love my ovation. People love them. Like, they've got really good necks, I think. And I feel like a seal balancing on a ball when I play it. That's what I felt like. And it was really the problem. Well, I'm not 5'8". I'm 5'8" in shoes, maybe. I'm 5'7". But I'm 5'6 3/4". We're calling that 5'7". In bare feet. So it's, I don't know, you know what it is? The last place I worked, the other woman who worked there is like 6 feet tall. And so, yeah. So comparatively, and then the woman who worked there before her, also 6 feet tall. And I don't know where all these really 6 feet tall women are coming from, but they're all around me. And then so everybody was either 6 feet tall or 5 feet tall. Sometimes I can reach things. I have to ask still for a lot. We see each other online. There's not necessarily any way of gauging how tall we are. This is really true. Yeah. You know who's tall? Blue Unicorn. You're very tall. Nobody looks down on you. How tall are you? He's got to be 6'1", I'm guessing. Pookie says, I'm 4'11" and my best friend is 6'2". Oh, Zach says, hey, Zach, good to see you. Blue, you played awesome last night. That is awesome. Oh, he's 6 feet. That's in bare feet. You wear boots. Look at you, lady. You're like a whole inch taller. You'd be like, hey there, shorty. Just got to call her shorty from now on. Oh, you forgot your own song. I do that. Pole vault wears disco shoes, and then he's very, very tall. Well, that's one way to do it. A basement band with the guy who was 6'2" and he couldn't jump around like the rest of his poor head. Each step on my stool makes me 6 inches taller. I'm variable. I like that. I like that a lot. I love this. My 38-inch gong is really 37 1/4. Indy says that I'm 5'6" and my hubs is 6'5". Well, that's a huge difference. Mick says, I did a New Year's stream for Mom. I had a cheat sheet for my songs and the cover. I did not need any help. Ooh. I'm sad I missed that. I'll have to go check it out. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I got all the way through. Look at me, look at me. So I kind of mentioned about my resolutions, how they're going. How are your resolutions going? People who do resolutions. How is that working out for you? I'm mostly doing okay, except for the part where it's driving me insanity. But I haven't messed up yet, so that's good. Let me go ahead and talk. So next Sunday, sumo starts, y'all. I'm so excited. So excited. I've been watching a lot of my favorite guy is Chris Sumo. Is James here? I haven't seen him. My favorite guy is Chris Sumo, and he does like these little updates about, they have between sumo tournaments, they have tours where they'll go to different cities and they'll do practices, or they'll go to each other's, what's the word for it? They'll go to each other's like home base thing and do practices with each other so they can get ready for this tournament. So tournament starts on Sunday and it goes for 2 weeks. I'm so excited. My favorite Rikshi's name is Ura, and I like this part. So Ura, last year, I think he broke even at least every tournament. So there's 6 tournaments in a year. And but he didn't win any tournaments. And sometimes it was quite a struggle. Like he would give he would lose like 6 in a row and then he would win a bunch. And, so it was a bit of a struggle the whole year. But he rose up in rank each time because he hit 8. That's all you have to hit is like 8 versus 7 losses. There's 15 total. So but he's just consistent. I'm going to go with this. He was kind of consistently mediocre. Not to say it meanly, but, totally was. Consistently, in the middle, nothing special. But that consistency has moved him up to where you start with Megashira, and he moved up to Megashira 1 last tournament. And now he's moved up to the Sanyaku ranks, which, so he's Komusubi. And once you get to that rank, it's like for life. Even if he drops back down, he'll always be known as guy who made Komusubi. So it's huge. And so there's only like Komusubi, Sekiwaki, Ozeki. Did I get them backwards? Might have, but that's okay. Nobody knows. And then Yokozuna. And then, so there's only been like 70 Yokozuna or something 73 or something like this in forever. The whole history of sumo in thousands of years. And so we've got one guy who's right now in Ozeki, Hiroshima. And if he does really well this year, could become Yokozuna. And that's pretty exciting. Because right now there's only one Yokozuna, top guy. And his name is Terunofuji. And he's got he's busted up. He's huge. He usually still wins, but he just is so injured. And he's just he's got leg braces and he's completely wrapped up in, you can tell he's in a lot of pain. It'd be good to have more than one Yokozuna. There used to always be 2 or 3, and there's only been one for almost a year and a half now since the last guy retired. Okay, so I'm really excited for Ura because I think it's I don't know, he still might not win, but he's really been moving up. Very excited. And then we've got some new guys come up from Jurio, which is still a paid tournament, but is, it's not as fancy. They're not the top tier guys. So they're moving up in the rankings. And yeah, I'm just pretty excited, if you can't tell. And so that will be on Sunday. And so Lady Campion asked how I got into sumo. My partner went to high school in the Philippines. And junior high, I guess, grew up in the Philippines. And in the Philippines, sumo is very popular. And his best friend was Japanese. And or half Japanese, half German or something like that. And so he'd go to his house and they'd watch sumo at his house. And then when about 4 years ago, maybe, they started showing it on NHK television here in the States. So we can just watch all the tournaments. And for a while it was kind of hard and you'd have to hunt them down. And now it's just they just show them all and we can just watch them all. And it's very easy. And there's there's a lot of YouTube people who there's one guy, he's Scottish. He's so funny. I don't know, the Scottish accent just makes me smile. It's just good. So there's a Scottish guy who loves to talk about it. But Chris Sumo, I think he's British, but it sounds like he's lived in a lot of places. He's got quite a muddled accent. but he's really got a lot of knowledge, and he'll go to the tournaments, like into the practices. And so if you send Chris Sumo like a letter and you'd be like, hey, tell your favorite Hoshoryu, your favorite Rikishi, tell him that I wish him well, or you could like write a little note. He will give those notes he will try his best to give those notes to the actual Rikishi at the tournament. Which is just like, he really goes out of his way to like, get little interviews, or, to get inside information, and shows up places so he can gets his own, when he can go to the tournament, gets his own footage. So it's just a really good, community for the sport, I think. You saw a height chart at some point. There's no way I'm 8 inches tall. 8 feet tall. That 8 inches tall would be funny. I can't read. Subway measures a foot long at 11 inches, so you can't trust their unit of measure. Exactly. Hey, Will, good to see you, Dreamers Live. Hope you're doing well. The sumo people are like a Mad Bull. What did you have? They had like a thing where they the bunch of sumo wrestlers were going on a plane, and they had to like, they decided they had to split them in 2 groups because they were just too big to be on the all on the same plane. Edward says, I'm not going to, I thought you said you were. I'm not going to make resolutions to stop buying guitars anymore. It doesn't work. If it happens, it happens. And then here are all the guitars he owns. That's a picture of my guitar. One of my resolutions is not to procrastinate, and it's not even December yet. So yeah. Right. That's kind of what it is. I'm good at that. Oh my gosh, you're too funny. Oh. Robbie says, I'm going to try to not take what people say so personally, but it's hard when you just love everybody. Oh, Robbie, I think that is a good idea though, but because sometimes people just don't they don't necessarily aren't targeting you with their words, so we can't take it all personal. But I do the same thing, so I feel you. I definitely do the same thing. Chad has not figured out how to watch sumo or Svengoolie. Ooh, I'll talk about Svengoolie next. That's what I watched. I watched the best movie. Edward, did you watch Svengoolie last night? It was called The Invisible Ray. I'd never seen it before, which I cannot believe. I thought I'd seen every Svengoolie like 8 times, but no. It was an old one, but I'd missed it somehow. It was so good. All right. So I, you know what it is, Chad, probably? I don't have cable. I don't have any streaming services at all. I just have one of those over-the-air antenna things that's, but it's like, it's separate from the actual TV, but so I have like channels 2 through 31. That's it. So Svengoolie is 4 and sumo is 12. If you don't have cable, because you're cheap. Really, I feel like my life is a series of unfinished projects, and that's kind of one of the things I've been working on for resolution, is to like finish things, get them done, and yeah. Ooh, Chad did see part of it. Invisible Ray at my girlfriend's house last night. Yeah, it was so good. You work on a project, you give it your best, you hope it matures nicely, but there comes a time when you just have to let it fly on its own. It's true. Sith, hello. It's great to see you. Sith, you were here earlier, and I told you, I was saying about my resolutions, and one of them is one of your advices. And so I have one of your advice for all week, and I am freaking out, but I'm doing good. You be proud of me. Who didn't hit the like? It's okay. One person hits the downvote on everything. Everything I do. Always. Thanks, one person. I'm glad I'm so much on your mind that you come just to downvote me. You're something. Yeah, it's the digital antenna. Oh, this is nice. Anonmouse says, I resolve not to throw anyone's failed resolution in their face. Come back next week and let's see how well I've done. Pookie Ann doesn't even have her TV set up. She's like, I just YouTube. Sith is also trying to finish stuff. Finishing stuff is hard. So Chad says, don't do cable either, but it's Roku, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and the free ones like, yeah, Pluto and Tubi. Do I have? My TV might have one of those things too. But yeah, I like most of the time I do but it's old school. Most people like now watch TV, they like watch, you go to a streaming service and you know what you want to watch. I never know what I want to watch, so I'm just like, what's on? This is true. Actually, I really thought The Invisible Ray was going to be about a guy named Ray. It was not. Edward fell asleep the last two Svengoolies, but woke up to see the joke at the end. Aww. Oh yeah, to stop smoking. Let's see. Ooh, mixes on a Hogan's Heroes Kicks. I watch that a lot too. Let's see. I'm umming a lot. So far, not so good. You crack me up. Okay, so let me tell you about Invisible Ray, because really, half the time, I'm like, oh, don't really, at the end, I'm like, of the Svengoolie movie, I'm like, that was stupid. Or that, like that was silly or something like that. I do not like the Svengoolie stomp. I was like, I'm going to watch football while there's Svengoolie stomp and come back. That's what I did. Dun, dun. Oh, I shouldn't sing it because then I'll get a copyright claim. I was going to start singing the Hogan's Heroes theme. It's not a bad one. Okay, so Invisible Ray is, you got the two greatest of all. So this is 1936, I think, ish. I mean, yeah. Black and white. You got Bela Lugosi. You got Boris Karloff. Now, Boris Karloff's just coming off of being Frankenstein. So in the movie, he's just billed as Karloff. Y'all. Like, that's it. So it's like, Karloff, Bela Lugosi. Like, was this before Dracula? But after, like, how did he get such crap billing compared to Karloff? But, okay. So, so it starts off, is this the very beginning? I think so. So, they're up in the Carpathian Mountains, like just in the middle of nowhere. And, Diana's the young, pretty bride of Boris Karloff's character, Janosch. And Janosch is a crazy scientist, mad scientist, I should say. And as a mad scientist, he, pole vault's just going to be vault. So cracks me up. So Janosch so this part kind of like blew my mind because this is 1936. It starts with this preface or a foreword or some kind of bullshit where you have to read the screen, and that came up and I was like, speed read, and then like 3 minutes later I was like, okay, come on. Because I didn't think I'd make it through. So the preface is like, anytime, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like any kind of a new scientific progression is always seen as mad by the general populace before we're accepting it as like true science or true fact. And so this is 1936, this guy's saying this, and I was like, well, that's, a lot. So Janosch Karloff has figured out how to capture a ray that's coming from Andromeda system all the way to Earth. And when he does it, he figures out a way that if he follows this ray, he's showing you what happened in the past. And so you can see the past, like the history of the universe, by going far enough out to see it through this special ray gun thing he's made. And he invites people over, and Bela Lugosi is another fancy scientist, but he's more of like the good scientist, and Janos is more like her evil scientist. Or not really evil, but he's a little more, he's out there. He's a little more mad. And then Bela Lugosi's more like a doctor scientist. He wants to find something for good. And so when they're watching, they're all watching this ray gun go up into space, and they can see through this ray gun. I mean, this is 1936. They can see, like, they go past all the universe, and they go through like all the different planets. And I'm like, I don't even know if they had Pluto at this point, because they didn't mention Pluto as they're going past all the planets. And they see way back in history that a meteor had come and hit the Earth, and it hit somewhere in Africa. And so they're all like, this meteorite has hit Africa, and we know pretty close to where exactly that it hit. Like they saw it. And everybody was like, man, I can't believe we just saw history happen through this, through this invisible ray. And which is still pretty nuts. But this is 1936 that they're doing this. So super sci-fi. But part of it was like, okay, some of this we can kind of do. But not this exactly. But so they see the meteorite hit, or the meteor, I don't know. And they decide, let's go to Africa as a big group. Let's go find where the meteorite hit and figure out what kind of metal it is. Because he's hoping that it's something even better than radium, which was like the most, at that time, had just been discovered, I guess, because they were all about radium. And they all go to Africa. And it's Janos and his wife. It's the doctor. The doctor's wife. Actually, was that his wife or is that other guy? So there are two couples. I don't actually remember who these people are, but one was a doctor and one was a scientist, and then the wife was like a writer. And then her nephew. And her nephew has eyes for Diana, who's Janos's wife. Yeah. So, because they're actually the same age. Janos is really old, and Diana's like, I married you because my daddy told me to. It's a little weird. And so they, let's see. So they all go to Africa, and they're all hating it, except for Janos, because he goes off by himself to go find the meteorite. He leaves everybody else, and he finds it, and he gets it, and like he is with like this with guys who like these Africans who are like tribe members who like are gonna help him. And for a movie from 1936, I thought they were pretty respectful of how they portrayed these African tribesmen. Like in later times, like it would be a little more just racist. But overall, it was like it was. I was pretty impressed how, like, even the guy who was like the head of the tribe, who was like the English speaker who translated everything, he was given like top billing in the movie, like not just on the same page as Bela Lugosi. So it was. I thought that was shocking to me for 1936. So anyway, he gets the sample and he uses it, and it melts everything. He calls it Radium X. He decides, and then as soon as he like starts melting it, well, he got infected with it, and he got radiation poisoning. And Bela Lugosi's like, oh, it's okay. Here, I'll make you some medicine. So he makes like, you just have to take this like really all the time. If you stop taking it, you're going to kill everybody with your radiation. That's the problem with the radiation poisoning in this movie, is you kill everyone, but somehow not yourself. But eventually it would kill him if he didn't take this medicine. So he's taking the medicine. They finally they kind of all leave him. They're like, we're going back home. What are you doing? They took a picture. They took a bit of the rock that he was like, look what I found. And they're like, oh, and he's like, yeah, we won't tell anybody. Well, they left with it, and they went back home, and they're like, hey, UK, look what we found. And they showed everybody. And he was like, felt betrayed. He thought everybody was stealing his limelight. And they're like, no, we told everybody it was you. And he gets the Nobel Prize. But it's really too late. So he goes home, and he realizes that his wife is in love with the nephew, and she'd been good, but because she was like, oh, I want to make sure that you're okay. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. But what he really did, he faked his own death, Janos. And he faked his own death, and then he decided that the other 5 people all betrayed him, and so he was going to kill all of them too, because he knew he was dying from the radiation poisoning. So he slowly started to kill the people, and then also freak everybody out by disintegrating these statues at the cathedral every time he killed one. And so people were like, there's somebody died, but did you see the statue? The statue crumbled. No, they were like, oh yeah, and somebody died. But the statue. So everybody was freaking out about the statues crumbling, and right in front of him, because he was using the ray gun, and they couldn't see it because it's invisible. And so he's killing everybody, and they finally figure out, hey, he's not dead. He's the one killing people. They set it up to where Bela Lugosi's like, I'm going to trick him. He's going to show up, and then I'm going to shoot him, and then it'll be all good. Well, before he shoots him, Boris Karloff touches him and Janos, and he dies. Right out. And then he goes up to try to kill his wife, and then because for betraying him. And even though he acted like he was cool with it, he was not cool. So he goes up to try to kill her, but then he's like, I can't do it. And he walks out, and his mom is there. And his mom is like, Janos, you can't be like this. And she destroys all the rest of his medicine that he'd gotten. And so he just started at that very moment to burn up, because that's how quick it worked. Doesn't make sense. But the part was cool. He was like, yeah, you're right. And he jumped out of the window and just burst into flames. And that part was really for 1936 especially, but it was just really cool special effects. He really it looked awesome. And so then the Diane and the nephew that she married, they were happily ever after. Everybody else got killed from the thing. But the radium X thing that they found, they could heal people's eyesight with it. So there was a good part, it could destroy things, but could also heal the blind. And there was this big line of blind people all yeah, I can see. So that was probably the worst movie review of all time, but it was a really good movie, and I really enjoyed it. And I've never, I'm not going to do this. I would never, I can't believe I've never seen it before. Yeah, it's going to rock when there's the castle was gorgeous. And I'm like, if I ever buy a house, we got to have those castle doors where it's the curved doors like this. You don't need straight across doors. You need those kind of doors. And yeah, things made of stone. Imagine being great Bela Lugosi and your last film is Plan 9. I don't know if I saw it. Is it the Plan 9 from outer space? Or is that different? Oh, I like Peter. Oh, I don't know if you like Peter Lorre, but I think you like him. I like Peter Lorre too. He's got such a cool look. Do you have a VCR? You have Ed Wood on VHS and Plan 9 on DVD. Polwalt thought we were going to have more trouble from Andromeda and Quicksand in the future. Quicksand, I definitely was it seemed really, really scary. That was really a problem I was going to have to worry about. Also, Catching on Fire. I really practiced stop, dropping, and rolling. Y'all. Anybody sets me on fire, stop, dropping, and rolling. I've got it down. I'm ready. I am a dork. Okay. Oh, I didn't know this. Brad says Bela Lugosi was a lifelong heroin addict. Ooh. I didn't know that. That's really why I wrote that Quicksand song. It's because it just, I've always been fascinated. We did up his dealer and said, I want to get fucked up. I love it. Ooh, you really should do a PSA for your show on Quicksand. Yes. Take the bit from The Rifleman when Johnny falls into the quicksand and he can't get out. That's so scary. I'm still scared. Robbie got pulled out of quicksand once. Okay. If I come to Ohio, you want to watch The Never-Ending Story? It's my favorite movie. We could watch it. I would like that. Quicksand is too slow. I don't have all day. I am impatient. Ooh, Rhett's got the Laserdisc movies. It should be called Slow Sand. Oh. That's what Boogie's in. Steve-O, great to see you. Let's see. Okay, I was blah blahing all through this. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay. Lady's like, what a happy movie. Yeah, it wasn't a happy movie, really. But it was visually beautiful, like cinematographically. Pretend I said that right. Cinematographically close. It was beautiful. Like, the watching this movie was, like, so good. Sometimes I'm just kind of, like, not visually into it. And this time I was just, like, transfixed the whole time. I thought it was really good. It could heal people's eyesight, but and even like, I don't know if anybody who knew how to use the machine was still alive. Like, well, I mean, not 2 people left in the world. 2 people left from who went to Africa, from the Africa trip. Not in the whole, just everybody else. Yeah, I would love to buy a castle, or I'm just going to go visit Hugh and his castle. Maybe a quicksand moat. A moat of quicksand outside the castle. Blue has Never-Ending Story on VHS. That's how I watched it too. Pole Vault said, I caught myself on fire once. I stopped, dropped, and rolled. It did not work. And I got hurt more from my friend stomping on. I'm sorry I laughed. I apologize for laughing. I apologize. That's not funny at all. I'm sorry you got burned. And I'm sorry your friend stomped on you. And I'm sorry you set yourself on fire. Oh, non-mouse. That could make me cry right there. Oh, that was the best part. I thought, this is what I'm saying. I thought it was a real thing. And I would see sand and I would be like, is that real sand? Is that quicksand? I was not a smart kid. I was very, very interested in that. I got caught in quicksand while riding my horse once. Wow. That's exactly the horror movie of quicksand that I envision. Well, see it happen to Edward Richard, it could happen to me. That's scary. Okay. So everybody in the chat, what's been going on with you? Let me know what has been happening this week, because between me, all my resolutions and work this week, I have not seen anybody or talked to anybody or know what's happening. So Chad mentioned that he did his ham welcome show this week, but it'll be regular ham show on Saturday. And then I know that normally Mondays are now going to be Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer's show. But this week is Lies and Love Songs. So that's tomorrow night at 7 my time, 9 Eastern. And I'm hoping it's going to be electric. I've been practicing. But it's... I have to actually get the songs prepared and continue practicing. So hopefully it will be electric. And because I don't want it to sound like crap. The setup is a little different. So if I play acoustic, it's just like this. I just grab the guitar and I play, and the setup is exactly this. If I do electric, I run the sound through MainStage app, which is an Apple app. It kind of goes along with Logic, but it's called MainStage. And it has different like amp sims and settings you can, so all the sound runs through that, but it's not balanced right now. And then I keep changing, like I'm like, I want more delay. That's too much. So it's very, very like touchy. So I just got to work on it a little more. And then I got to pick songs. I've got some Velvet Underground I want to do, and I have a few songs that I missed Friday that I'm going to try to stick in. But if there's anything like you're interested in hearing tomorrow, let me know, like in a comment on that show, or send me an email. And I will try to add it to the show. I think it'll be fun. It's been a month, so that will be good. They are not steamed hams. So ham is headphones and microphones. So I'm just going to be on at that one, just this one night. Is tomorrow night is my once of a month Lies and Love Songs. Blue busted out the electric last night. Ooh. So chat says Ham Welcomes will return the last Saturday of January with David Rosen. That's really cool. Wow, Blue hasn't played his electric in a year. Well, I'm glad you brought it back out. When are we doing the hurdy-gurdy show? Who are you talking to? Is this me? Hurdy-gurdy? So Ham Welcomes is so his regular Ham show is where he plays like videos from everybody, either like songs he likes mostly, but also you can suggest songs and stuff, I'm pretty sure. but he curates it like a radio station, so he's got a plan of what songs to play. So Ham Welcomes is just a guest coming in, and he focuses solely on that one guest. That's awesome. All right, polls in for a hurdy-gurdy show. Anon Mouse says the monkey is on sabbatical. Poor monkey. Monkey? That's how my niece says monkey. Monkey? Oh my gosh. This is like Charlie level pun. Sweetheart. No, that's good. Okay. So awesome. Well, let me know if you've got something happening this week that I should show up for, because I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's happening anymore. There should be a pole vault hijacks the ham show. Ooh, Mr. Smith said he played a hurdy-gurdy before. I'm not surprised. Yeah, he probably has one. Mallory is playing Evergreen on the 20th. Oh yeah, that's me. I was like, who are you talking about? And I was like, Evergreen? Yes, I am. And we haven't practiced for this yet. And that's kind of why I forgot. But we did say we're going to practice. My friend Jack Hadley and I are going to do a gig in Evergreen, which is south of here. It's kind of like as if you're going up into the mountains. It's like the first thing before you like really get into the mountains. And my friend Jack's going to drive me because it's far. And he lives just down the street. But he's an amazing blues guitarist and singer. And he writes his own songs. And he does covers. And he's just a cool guy. He's just fun. He's like a nice guy to hang out with. So it's west of Denver on I-70. And it's really far. But the place is cool. I haven't played there before. He was telling me about it. They have a sound system already. You just show up with your guitar and plug in. Like normally I have to go an hour early, like, because I have all my speakers and I was going to call them pole vaults. That's not what they're called. Speaker poles and everything. And so I think we just have to take like mic stands and guitar and mic. I like to have my own mic. Just sometimes I touch it with my mouth. And Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Some we do some songs like harmonies and stuff, and then we'll just like trade songs. And he does a lot of leads on my songs. He's really good at leads, so it's gonna be fun. And it's like a Saturday night in 2 weeks. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. Well, what's going on with your whammy? I want to know. Oh, the Invisible Ray movie is on YouTube. That's interesting. They'll show the mirror image so they don't get copyrighted. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, definitely. If you want to watch the Invisible Ray movie, it was really good. But I need to watch it again because when I was looking it up, because I couldn't remember what year it was, or I missed what year it was. So I looked it up, and it says it's a 2-hour, 30-minute long movie. Well, Svengoolie is 2 hours and 30 minutes, but they like half of it is just the Svengoolie stomp and other like silly skits and stuff. So they must have cut out 45 minutes of this at least. So I really want to watch it again to see what parts they cut out because it was so good. Let's see. Oh, anyone got the hurdy-gurdy? Oh, that sounds what you had surgery for. Oh, sweetie. That's pretty funny, though. Hurdy-gurdy. Chad says, Saturday will be songs released in 2024. New year, new music. If you have any new tracks for Chad to consider, hit him up at... Oh, just hit him up. And then there's the link. And it's Ham Show Chad, I think, at Yahoo. Robbie says he's 40,000 views away from 1.5 million views. Y'all, that's huge. Oh, yeah, I need glasses. You needed a 1.39 volt power source. I've done this where I just had the wrong power source plugged in and couldn't figure out what was going on. Right? Well, thanks, Blue. You need to get on the Wrongest Brothers. Aw, good morning, Jade Star. Can't see nothing. Blue Unicorn's only 998,000 away from 1 million views. You're too funny. No, you're not. You get good views. I did see Blue do 2 open mics this week, and that was both really good. Anonmouse says, when I look in the mirror, that's not me. I knew I was better looking than that guy. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, especially today. Messed up. Jade. You ain't seen nothing yet. Dun, dun. Jade. That almost works if you said Jadey. Mix doesn't even know what I am. You're a sweetheart. That's what you are. Okay, everybody. So, Pole Vault really predicts a big year for Blue. He is on fire. I also agree. I also predict a big year for Blue. He's been really consistent with his streaming, so his hours are going to go up really fast because he's been really consistent with the streaming, and then he's going to get monetized, and then he's going to take me to lunch. Let's see. Jade, if you put your glasses on, you can see that Sith is flashing you right now. Everybody just put their glasses on. Oh, if he's on fire, he better stop, drop, and roll. I can come over and teach you how. I know all about stop, dropping, and rolling. But don't stomp on him. Nobody ever stomped on me when I stop, dropped, and rolled. There was no stop, drop, roll, and stomp on you. Yeah. Even though me and Pole are from the same place, but still, I missed that part. It is a good year to be on fire. He's like, I'm not on fire, I'm just smoking. That's just cigarettes. Um, oh, okay. So Mix made the video public again. If you want to watch, it sucked. Wow, the latency on the guitar was wonk, so I just holded it. Yeah, latency is really rough too. That's the thing with the electric guitar and through the main stage. Then I have to deal with latency. I have to wear headphones so I can hear it like you hear it. And one thing that gets me, I've been trying to figure out is to make. So if I'm playing this, you get string noise, but I'm strummy most of the time. It's like part of the thing. And you want the string noise. So, but for the guitar, if you have the amp sim going, the string noise from the mic on top of it sounds just, I don't know what the word is, poopy. Sounds poopy. So I've been trying to make a noise gate for my mic that will let my words go through and not the picking of the strings on the electric. And it's not there at all. It's either a really hard noise gate or yeah, I gotta work on this. So this is all for tomorrow night. We got Jay's glasses on. Oh, the corduroy pants melted on you. Oh, I one time I was smoking a cigarette and I burned my corduroy pants and they were more plasticky than I understood. And I kind of feel that. They just melted. Lady Campion says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who comes into a live stream chat not being able to see. Woohoo! 2024. Ooh, I want to do this one first. 2024 for blue. I love that. You were on fire. Even says I was on fire once. Skipped stopping. She skipped stopping and went right to drop and roll. Who stops when they are burning? You're on fire. Go. Don't stand here and catch other things on fire. Move, drop and roll. Well, the move will just make you burn more. Really, you gotta I think the best thing is to get if you have a blanket to put you out. How about we just don't get caught on fire? How about everybody's 2024 resolution is let's not get caught on fire this year. Everybody? Fire emoji if you want to say no fire this year. None of us. Let's just nobody get caught on fire. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to ask you again on the last What the Flock of the year and say, hey, did we do it? Anybody get caught on fire? So we'll find out. The latency was my fault. Forgot to chain it back. I don't know. Latency is nobody's fault except for latency. The word of the day is poopy. I couldn't think of a good word. Oh yeah, Pole Vault says, I love Blue streams. It's like hanging out at the bar with Blue with no Uber ride. It's true, and it's fun, and I like it too because this when he goes to the one that's on Thursday, that's where I met Blue. One time he was like, I want to go to this open mic, and I said you should go, and then I'll meet you. And he was like, no, I don't really want to go. And I was like, yeah, go to the open mic, and I'll come too. And then he felt like he had to go, and then he went, and I met him at the open mic, and he didn't think I was going to show up, and I did, and it was fun. It was a really good open mic. I would go more often if I wasn't such a lazy driver. It's not real. It's like 45-minute drive. 40-minute drive. Robbie's like, poopies are good. The walk home with a drunk friend is way better than an Uber. I guess it depends on the temperature and the distance. Right, I'll just read aloud all of the... Lady Campion says, Jade Star sounds like a good reasoning to me. Valerie will tell you anything important you need to know, I'm sure. Which is what I was saying. I should just read them all out. And then you'd know what they say. Oh, Anonymous says the walk home with the drunk friend is better. And Pookie says, what if you have no friends? Aw. The drunk walk by yourself can be great too. You can have if you have... invisible friends. Oh my gosh. So Mick says, I was with a girl at I had to read it, make sure this is okay to read. I was with a girl at McDonald's and she had on plastic pants and the worker launched the coffee out the window and you had to dump your big gulp on her leg because it was so hot, I'm assuming. E. Urban wants to be frozen like Walt Disney. Hey Ryan Hall, great to see you. Better late than never. Pole Vault said he did a PSA on not burning shit. This is exciting. Yeah, no fire. Lady Campion's in with the no fire. Chad's only Blue Unicorn's on fire. I got caught. Blue Unicorn says, I got caught on fire once. It was embarrassing. They just walked in, didn't even knock. I was like, don't come in, I'm burning. Zach Dong is on with the no fire challenge. Steve-O can get burnt without fire. Been there, done that. That is true, that's true. Oh, did you once answer my weed question? What was your weed question? I really need to smoke, but don't know if the dust will hurt me. The dust? Don't smoke. I don't get it. Is it vacuuming? Oh, you vacuumed up the weed. Is that what you're trying to say? I missed that part. Okay, it's because I didn't understand. So you vacuumed up the weed and then don't smoke it. No. Don't, no. Because no. Invisible Ray is my friend, but not Jim. I started to make a list of like creepy things that I saw at the gym, and then I was like disgusted, and it's like half hour later I'm like, I'm never doing this is horrible, because people are weird, people are gross, and I had to stop looking, because yeah. People don't act right in public. If you're not having fun on the drunk walk home, you need to go back to the bar. I think this is why I stopped drinking. Too much fun. Zach says, on Friday I was too lazy to go out and get a burrito, and you laid in bed and you Ubered your burrito. Well, I'm glad you didn't make your mom go get the burrito. Ryan says fire hurts. That's what I'm saying. We're doing a no, let's not set ourselves on fire. Even if we're good at stop, dropping, and rolling, it's not worth it. Pole says, I spilled some gas on my pants from riding my go-kart. Then we were being badasses sneaking cigarettes. And then as soon as I struck the match, poof. I had a friend who told me about this, like, oh, you can set your hand on fire, but it's not really going to burn you if you spray your hand with hairspray and then set it on fire. It'll just go up real quick, but it won't really burn you. That's what she told me. And I was like, really? And she did it. She was like, look, I don't know what she did, but she put the hairspray on, lit it, did not burn her. I was like, oh my God, she's the coolest thing I ever saw. I want to do this too. Well, y'all, it's not true. Don't do this. Because boy, my whole hand blistered up. I was on fire. And it was like junior high. Yeah, I was on fire. So that's a lie. Don't listen to Angie. She just tells you things. That's what I'm saying. Don't smoke that dust. Thank you, everybody. Don't smoke the dust. No. Oh my gosh. Chad says his cousin kicked gasoline into a hot water heater once and set a shed on fire. That's crazy. Aw, Simon leaves you gifts. How nice. Don't get high on the dust. Hey, Robbie Stingle wrote a song for Brad. Check that out. That's real sweet of you. What's this? Has plenty of fun walking home drunk. It's the cops that are the problem. Sith says I stopped drinking because I ran out of whiskey. Uh-oh. That's all the dust he's doing. You could soak the vacuum weed in water and dry it again. Y'all, there no. Let's not smoke anything that came out of the vacuum cleaner. I'm gonna call this a flock fact. Forgot to do the flock fact thing still. Still haven't done it, but if I did, it would be like this. Flock facts, flock facts. Don't smoke anything from the vacuum cleaner. Flock facts, flock facts. All right, you're welcome. Some friend. Okay, the sad part is they could be watching right now. So I have not heard from this friend since I was a kid. And it was a little bit of a weird relationship as like we both came from like trauma backgrounds, and I think that's why we connected. But hers were definitely like worse than mine, and I just had baby traumas compared to her, like huge traumas. And but they were kind of similar, so we were hung out a lot. Then after I was like, it was in my 20s, and I found her on MySpace or some bullshit. I don't even know at this point. I found her on something, and I was like, hey, look, it's me. Remember me? Because I slept at her house like every weekend for 2 years. Like I was like, I stole her jacket she got from TJ Maxx that I thought was the coolest jacket ever, and I wore that thing every day. She couldn't even get it back for a long time, and I thought she was like the coolest person, and I was just like, I thought we were the bestest of friends. And so when I was like in my 20s, I was like, hey, it's me. And she was like, who are you? And I was like, oh no, this is, Valerie, from school. No, who are you? And I was like, no, it's me. You remember, like we hung out? No, I'm sorry. Have we met? Y'all, I was devastated. I was like, I really thought we were besties. I really did think that we were besties of all time. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you do not remember me at all. But okay, things happen, and not everybody's going to remember me or what, so, and people have different perspectives of what happened. So it's not a huge deal. Y'all, 4 weeks ago, she followed me on Instagram. I don't know what to do. Does that mean she remembers me now? Or did it just come up and she was like, part of me wants to be like, you remember me, but part of me is like, did Instagram just tell you to follow me because it just does that sometimes? Like Facebook wants me to friend like my brother, like a guy who works for my brother, and he's nice. I met him. He's awesome, but I don't really know him. It's just, I don't know, because he got his email maybe? I don't know. Ryan says, I was an IBEW industrial electrician. Electricity hurts and burns. I know this just by making pedals with my 9 volts. I'm like, I have done some stupid things just with 9 volts. So that's why I'm always like calling in real electricians. Because if you were dealing with actual power and not pedal power, oh no. Do not do this. Do not do this. Right? Yeah. I don't even know. This is the whole problem with friends. I don't know. Sis said that she used to do that with lighter fluid. Well, it didn't work for me. I messed it up. Me and my cousins burned the roof of my aunt's house pretending to. Pole vault has a lot of fire stories, y'all. Let's keep. Andrew smoke. I don't know how sunshine lets you have a lighter. Me and my cousins burned the roof of my aunt's house pretending to be Gene Simmons with hairspray. Y'all make me feel better. If you're gonna try the hand on fire trick, use isopropyl alcohol. Totally could have been. I don't even remember what I used because I was like 11, 12. I was probably 12. Yeah, I was at least 12. Flock facts versus flop facts. That was a flock fact. Ryan's just like, you can buy gummies. Don't get them out of the vacuum. Was it? Oh, okay. Lady Campion. I didn't even ask this question. I'm trying to decide if it matters to me. But no, I guess it doesn't matter because you're still vacuuming up like all the rest of the carpet that was around. Even if a brand new vacuum, do not smoke what comes out of the vacuum. Again, flock fact. I don't know. I smoked some weed that got washed once. We called it dyed weed. Oh. Zach says there's a lot of people at the gym that don't clean the equipment when they're done using it, and that's pretty gross. I agree with that. And my gym has like these stations with they had it before, but after pandemic they put in more of like spray bottle, and they just had before paper towels, and you like wipe it up. Now they have like spray bottle cleaner also everywhere, like every 10 feet there's one, so you can like spray it all down, wipe it all off. I do it before and after because I'm always, I don't know, I get sick really easy. Steve-O said, my brother taught me not to carry loose stick matches in your pocket as they ignited themselves, and he had a huge burn on his upper right leg. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, I would be scared to do that. So this reminded me of, so, you know, like I like to make pedals, and for the first good, probably 2 years of making pedals and like experimenting with how to do it, I was afraid of using an adapter, just because you never know. So I was just using 9-volt batteries for all my experimentation, which so a little safer, but it's also like I went through a stupid ton of batteries. And the whole time I just kept worrying that like if 2 of these batteries touch, this whole thing is going to go up. I don't know. None of them have very much juice in them, but I was still deathly afraid of this box of batteries was going to explode. So I did finally get that out of the house, though. Congratulations to me. Let's see. It was a new bag, but it picked up some weed for floor dust. Yeah. You have 6 cats, Rhett? Yeah. I feel like if you smoked that much cat fur, that's how you get mesothelioma. I think that's how you get mesothelioma. Chad says pole vault does that every week, says pretends not to know me. I once did this accident. Oh, did I throw water on it? No, can't remember. I think I probably did. I did set a fire when I was like 16 when I was cooking, and I think I got like water, like I think I did try to douse it, and that was not good. I remember it burnt. It was a burny. I didn't get burnt. But the fire department came. Oh, do you think she's just being mean? I don't know. I can't tell. Dennis says he had to grab extra because the wind gets up around here and the power goes out. Ooh. Yeah. Aw. You're so sweet, Chad. Blue says, I ran into a guy at Monkey Ball that I hadn't seen since 1991, and he was upset that I didn't remember him. Well, right? I mean, I feel that. Then that's the thing. Like, I forget people too. And so I was trying to be like, that could have been me. I could have done that. I forget nothing. Oh, you're so sweet. Pole vault. I made a pedal for Pole Vault's birthday. He burned down the ant hotel. I still miss that one. I've seen many of the ant hotels, but I miss the burnt down one. Oh no, go. You got zapped by, Sith says she got zapped by electricity. It burnt the tip of her fingers and hair and my eyelashes and the little hair on my forehead. I have one little hair on my forehead. It's probably not there right now. But like every 3 weeks I pull it out. It's just one little hair. Oh, also Sith says The chick that I go out with, her and her twin sister burnt down their house when they were kids. Oh no. I used to live across the street from the fire department growing up. And for some reason, it just made me feel like my house could never set on fire because there's the fire department. As if that was some kind of like, I'll be fine. The fire department's right there. Pro tip, if you're going to set your hand on fire, don't. Pro tip. Right? That's the best advice. Oh, I love this. Chad came back with the tide is high. Aw, I wish I'd gotten that. And I'm a little slow. Oh, I don't know this channel. So Ryan says he had a blast on Charles 75 in channel and you got to watch it too. Ooh. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. Chad says, I'm going to be pole vault's #1. Oh, no. I think you're already his #1. Oh, did my sound... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I drop out? I hope I'm back again. Oh, you put your hand on a wood stove when you were 3 and that didn't feel very good either. Oh, I bet that burnt. Yeah, my internet's been a little weird lately. Yes, exactly. The capacitors really hurt. Yeah, I mean, so capacitors store energy and, I'm trying to think of that. No, I think a diode is the thing I've hurt myself worst on. If you put a diode backwards, woo. But I have had a capacitor pop because I was a little silly on how I was building out the breadboard. Lesson learned. But it's yeah, the capacitors are very dangerous, and I think that's one reason I'm also scared to use like wall power even with the 9-volt adapter. Because capacitors can really they can really hurt you. Yeah, there's no compassion in the capacitor. That's true. Yeah, and sometimes like I'll remember somebody's face, but I can't remember the name for the life of me. But yeah, I don't know still. I'm still all man. I could tell a very large capacitor story, but I really don't like to remember that day. Oh, I bet. Chad says, I cooked bacon one time and the fire department showed up. I don't even eat or like bacon, so that was embarrassing. I love bacon. I will love it all the much you don't love it. It's the best. David says he caught his mother's closet on fire while burning my sister's Barbie doll. They melted so well. That's all I remember. Mick says one of the drivers I worked with, his wife was a firebug and they never caught her, but they lost 5 houses. Oh my gosh. That, oh my God. Paul. I think Paul will appreciate that. I hope the weed was enough to tide you over till next week. Right? That's what I said. They don't have to go very far. They'll be right here. Chad says, my brother broke his arm trying to be Luke Skywalker on our swing set. My brother broke his arm. We had a tree house, but there was no tree. We had a treeless tree house. We had a backyard for it. I don't know what to call it, but it was near a tree. But it wasn't, I don't think it was attached to the tree. So he tried to jump down and he caught the fence. It was gruesome. It was gruesome. He was just a baby. Well, he wasn't a baby. He was a kid. But to me, he's always a baby. Oh, right. I'm a little, and then, yeah. So y'all, so you've heard this story. Should I follow them back? I haven't done anything. Should I follow them back on Instagram or not? They haven't been posting regularly. I did go look. They don't really post a lot, but I don't either. I haven't like posted on Instagram since September. Oh, you know what I should do is I haven't checked messages on there in forever to see if like maybe they left a message. I didn't look at that. Okay, so should I follow her back on Instagram? I don't know. I didn't do anything. Ryan Hall says my 24-year-old once forgot to add water to his cup of mac and cheese bowl in the microwave and set off all the smoke alarms and scared him silly. Microwaves are scary. We have one that's we have a microwave and I have not used it in 4 years because it was and this is first of all, so there's two parts. One is I could just go buy a new microwave. It's like I'll get reimbursed from the landlord, so I should just do it. But I haven't done that. But it would just come on all but like not doing anything. Like we're not even in the kitchen. I'm like do. It just comes, there's nothing in the microwave. It just comes on. It just starts. What? It's a ghost. So I was scared. And so I'm just scared to use it. So I've unplugged it. It's just been sitting there unplugged for like 4 years. Yeah. Okay, if anybody wants to get a fabric top guitar, Charles 75N is the guy to do it. That's really cool. Put a link up to what you're talking about here, Zach. I've never heard of Charles 75N. And I also want to look and see what a fabric top guitar means. Yeah, I just don't like, yeah, please send me the link for this because I don't really know. So Lady Campion says, wait, somebody stayed married to a woman who burned down multiple houses of theirs. Did I get that right? Yes. I think you did. Well, we don't know if they stayed married. Okay. If she got away with it and the insurance paid 5 times, okay. Huh. Oh. Oh, that's true. Do you have to wait a week? Well, I mean, you can just discharge the capacitor. You don't have to wait a week. They can be discharged, but you just have to be sure you do it. But like definitely like the ones in those old TVs, I think are like people always get hurt by that because they'll get it at the thrift store and it'll still like it hasn't been long enough, and they'll like try to mess with it. Flock facts: areas with hospitals have the highest violent crime rates. What are areas without hospitals? Sunshine Archer, great to see you. Sunshine Archer is my very favorite person of the week because she bought my album on Bandcamp. Thank you so much. Right, you would think the insurance would be like, the third time we started getting suspicious. But yeah. Hey, we'll see you later, David. Drive safe. Yeah. Oh, Sunshine. Thank you, Sunshine. I think it's odd that she doesn't. Well, I don't know. I can't decide if it's odd or like it's a lot of time and I didn't like keep up with her. Like I moved. Yeah, I just can't tell. Also, there's drugs. Also, both of us did drugs after that. So maybe we just all forgot. Take care, David. You think Kings of Leon wrote a song about that lady? The fire lady? Before the internet, we were bored. Oh, yeah. There was a post on Reddit that was like somebody asked, is it true that, that like, excuse me. I said, is it true that when you lived in the 80s that you would go out and your parents wouldn't know where you were? And I was like, yeah. everybody was like, I don't know, Gen X and above was like, yeah. They had no idea. I would get home at, like, well, in the summer, there was like, you were just home all day, like, or you were just, like your parents went to work and you would just get on your bike and like leave for the entire day. And then like, you either had to be home at dinner time or you had to be home when the street lights were out, depending on what was going on. But, like, they had that, is it 10 o'clock? Do you know where your kids are? It's like, where is she? One time I tried to run away. Well, I did. One time I was about 12, 13 right in there. No, yeah. And I was like, I'm running away. Nobody cares about me at all. And so I slept in the park for 3 days, and I was like cold and hungry and mad. And these guys who were also homeless in the park, they were really sweet, and they kind of took care of me, and they gave me some food. And they were watching over me because I'm a stupid kid. And I was like, and finally they convinced me. They're like, you better go home. Your parents are going to be so worried about you. And they're really just going to be so upset you're gone. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I really got to go back. And I went back, and it was dinner time, and I came in the house, and nobody said anything. And I sat down at dinner, and nobody said anything. And I'm like, does anybody ask where I've been? And like, no, have you not been here? Nobody knew I was gone for 3 days. I slept in the park for 3 nights. Nobody knew I was gone. I'm the only girl. You'd think they might have noticed. No, nobody noticed. But it's okay. I survived it. That's why I'm scared of microwaves. Okay, non-mouse. My PSA for the day. When the manufacturer of a high current ion implanter installs a grounded quartz rod with a metal hook and a picture of where to touch the hook on the capacitors, follow it. Well, that's specific. What is a high current ion implanter for? I don't know what that is. So what is that for? They are still married. This is the 5, I believe this is the 5 fire lady. They're still married. His nickname on the road was Buckethead or Donnie the Dum Dum. That's right. All 5 houses. Oh, you guys crack me up. Okay, so Charles 75N takes fabric and glues them to guitar bodies and makes it look more like a masterpiece painting. That is so cool. Definitely, yeah, Zach, send me the link if you haven't already put it up. Oh, and she's a nurse? Oh my gosh. I hope, yeah. So Zach says, so here we go. Zach's a normal person. I've never set anything on fire or had a fire. He doesn't do drugs and he doesn't drink alcohol. And he is a good boy. And I agree. I'm proud of you, Zach. Keep up with that. Don't be like us. It's not worth it. I'm impressed with that. So Chad said we would go ride bikes and go kart in the woods and explore. Totally. In the 70s, we would walk to the piano teacher's house and then from there to our house 4 miles away. Yeah, my house from the elementary school that I went to my house was a mile. And I walked by myself every day home from school. And now I think that's illegal. If you had like a 3rd grader, but it was totally normal then. It wasn't, they weren't crazy. Hold on, what are we talking about here? Tape on the light sensors. Forgot what we were talking about 3 minutes ago. All right, well, that sounds like an episode of Punky Brewster, which was also my favorite show. I really wanted to be Punky Brewster. Yeah, like I really showed them. Oh, it implants high current duh. Making semiconductors, computer chips. Ooh, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I don't even know the process of that. I would like to watch a documentary about how that is done. Yeah. I did read an interesting book about like how they first made transistors. Like, so I'm using with my pedals, like they're not these little SMD parts like are on computers now. They're like big through hole parts that were from the 70s. And they don't really even make them anymore. It's hard to get some of these. But like just how tiny they are. Like they're pretty tiny, that tiny. But they still, this one little transistor has this entire array of capacitors and resistors and diodes all connected inside. But they get it all shrunk down into the tiniest little piece. I don't know how they do that. And that was from the 60s or the 50s. That was in the 50s, and I don't know how they do it. Dennis, I'm going to miss many folks now if something happens to the big signal. Right? Sometimes I feel like I'm the biggest hypocrite. You said you'd never have a computer, but here I is. It's hard. Like, it's really, except like the internet goes out for like 10 minutes and you would think I'm like you can tell I'm a true addict because I'm like, refresh, come back world. I get anxious really quick if the internet goes out. But I didn't grow up with the internet. I'm 46. So we got the internet. Well, I have an older brother and he's very cool. And so he's 8 years older than me. So he was probably like 15 or 16. See, I did it again. He was 15 or 16 and he got the dial-up internet. Like you put the phone on the cradle. It's not even dial-up internet. You have to put the phone on the cradle to get the signal to the computer. And it was the coolest thing I ever saw. And I was like, he is the future, this man. He is so cool. And then to go on his little bulletin boards and talk about things. And I was like, this is the coolest thing. And then my mom had got like, my older brother's, so I was probably 11 or 12, and she got like a big PC computer that was in the living room, and it was so expensive for the time, and it played a few games, and but it's still like putting in the disc, and there was no internet for that at all. Not until I think I was in high school did we have like real dial-up internet, and and now I'm completely addicted. So I don't know when that happened exactly. I'm gonna blame MySpace. Yeah, I like this. We need shirts like this. Let's make these shirts. I like it. I'm gonna work on that. We got some cool friends, don't we? Don't we all? It uses high current to implant ions. That sounds like magic. That sounds like crazy magic. Sunshine said, we used to explore the woods and make clubhouses in the forest. Oh, yeah. Well, we didn't really have forest. I'm from Amarillo. There's no forest. There were a few trees. But there were like a lot of parks and stuff. And so Amarillo is good. Like, it's got like street. And then there's an alley running in between and behind the houses of almost every neighborhood. So you had like these dirt road alleys between all the other streets. And those alleys like seemed like such secret places. Like we would, and there were like the big trash cans back there, but they were, we called them dipsty dumpsters. I don't know where we got that. And we would, like that's like where we would always kind of play like hide and seek and different kind of games of tag and what was that one called? Like capture the flag. And there was another one. It's all the same game where you were hiding from each other until we found each other, and then somebody would have to hit the other person somehow. We used to go hiking in the woods around our house as well. My mother had no idea how far we went, though. Yeah, they had no clue how far we went back then. And now the kids have like air tags. You just follow them on. You're like, there they are. You know exactly where they are. It's so different. At least we survived. I was going to say we survived, but not everybody survived. We made like 8 different tree or clubhouses as kids. Oh, yeah. That was, what's the thumbs up bubble thing? I keep forgetting I do it. I just do this and it does it sometimes, but I can't. There it goes. So it has this one. It has double thumb up. I figured out I have wonkety thumbs. So if you have straighter thumbs than me, it works. Oh, and then there's this one where you are rocking out, but it doesn't like me very much. I'm just going to do it for a minute till it sees it. There it goes. So these are all things that Apple does now. I can turn it off, and I have to remember to turn it off. When I first started in computer chips, 64K was as big as your thumbnail, and now that real estate is 4 megs. Oh yeah. That's really cool. Well, I would love to talk to you more about that. That's really cool. Here is everybody. Here's Charles 75N's channel. This is the guy who's doing the fabric covered guitars. That's really cool. So just at Charles 75N. That's awesome. Thank you, Zach. That was really cool. Yeah, the old ARPANET modem. Ah. We had to make clubhouses in the woods. Where else are you going to hide the Playboys? Ooh, Hippogrit. Sandpaper for hippos. I like that. We got a computer when I was 11. We were doing low-tech coding at grandma starting at 8 or so. Yeah, that was the other thing too. When in 7th grade, they taught us basic programming, like the language, basic. Like even before, like I learned HTML at the beginning, and then HTML2, HTML3, HTML4, HTML5. I did coding for a lot of work, but now it's kind of funny. Like we have so much more technology, but a lot of fewer kids get introduced to the actual coding part of it and don't see beyond that GUI. Ryan says, I told my wife I didn't want a computer, and she told me if I ever got one, I'd be up on reading and looking stuff, and she would love it. And then we started a biz in 99. You're like, and you love it. Aww. Okay, I'm not thinking about this. Chad says, my paid time off balance started over Jan 1, so now I fight myself to not use every day of it at work. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, it should keep over. It shouldn't turn over completely. Gonna get some ion implants. I had a computer in 94 for college, but no internet. What a dinosaur. In 94, we had computers at school, but at home, home was weird in high school. We didn't always have a home, but I'd gotten to one point where I'd gotten a an electric word processor that you could put discs in and save your essays. And I was like, oh, finally, I have a real system. And it was just this little tiny screen that would actually, and it's just a typewriter where you could save your work a little bit. So this was like 94, because I remember writing all my college essays on it. But we could go to the computer. Even at college, I would use the Apache lab. Like it was they had like one lab that had modern day Apple computers, modern day, but had like Apple computers with GUIs. Like it wasn't just text. But I was like, who wants to use that? I just want to use a regular computer. I'm old. So yeah, and not really until after college did I even get into like using Windows. The bigger the ion, the harder it is to implant. All right, I'm laughing at what you told about 4 minutes ago. So Ryan says Charles doesn't have 2,500 subs yet. But you saw him. Oh, yeah. Everybody definitely make sure you go over and sub up Charles 75N just because he needs some subs. Also, Zach puts out Ben Coombs' channel. Check out Ben Coombs. I love it. I love it. Okay, sometimes I miss things. Here we go. I just missed it. Oh, my gosh. First of all, I have not heard conniption fit in forever, and I love you for this because I would say that all the time. Like, oh my God, he had such a conniption fit. And I have not said that in forever. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for this. I totally forgot about conniption fit. I don't even know what that means, but I said that all the time. Have a toe conniption. I have to look that up. Um, oh, Rhett kicked his first computer in. That's not how it works. Pole vault's been working on computers as long as they have been in homes. Ooh. Lady Campion said nobody taught me programming in school. Well, I don't know. I'm like a year, aren't I a little older than you? I think I am a little older. I don't know if they still did it after. Oh yeah, this actually killed me. First thing I did was look up words to songs I could never understand what they were singing. Walk This Way. No, I don't know if that's the first thing, but like that, well, Ultimate Guitar, even back then, was like really, people were putting up a lot of tabs. I have an entire, like I use my notebook from playing. I have a notebook here in the back that's just from printouts from Ultimate Guitar from like 96, 95 kind of time. And, where really it was like one guy, Aaron, he, just tabbed up everything and he'd put up all these guitar, tabs and lyrics, and I was always like, no way that's what they're saying, because I was wrong about every song. And I'm still surprised sometimes I'll sing a song and I'm like, really? Those are the words? Don't ask me what I thought big old jet airliner was saying. I didn't get anything right. Uh-oh. That's exactly. Blue knows. Blue gets me. That's too funny. Oh, if they taught you something computers. I don't know if everybody had it. Like, it was kind of just like this one teacher's thing that he liked to do. Nobody else knew it. Mick said he fired up OBS. You can do it. It's I will just so I'm using OBS now for streaming, and I love OBS. Because it's free, and it does work well when it works, and it has so much, like, it could be so professional. Like, if I knew how to do this right, it could be like so cool. I'm using it to like the very smallest degree because I'm a little bit lazy and scared of it. I'm scared to touch too many things because then sometimes it breaks. But it is really an amazing program for what all it can do. And I feel sad that I'm only like very barely scratching the surface of what it can do. Oh, Pookie says you just have a phone and tablet. I hadn't thought about that. Now that the tablets are computers, that my tablet does almost everything my computer can do. Almost, it's pretty crazy. Oh, you started playing Space Invaders and your dad said you need to do something you're good at to make money, and you work in esports, and he was right. Oh, that's so cool, you work in esports. Pookie said nobody had computers when we were in school. OU8? It's got to be OU812, right? Check this one out too. Recommended by Zach. Right, Conniption Fit was the best. That's too funny. Ryan says, my oldest son would sneak in our office and look at people playing music, and he's learning how to play guitar from me, and he learned all kinds of songs. Oh, I love it. Your phone is a more powerful computer than anything that was available for retail use in the 90s. And your tablet is 4 times your phone. Ooh. Blue said my elementary school had one Apple computer on a rolling cart, and each class had it for 1 week. Ours was a PC, it wasn't an Apple, but it was on a rolling cart. And no, so we had one computer in the math room, and we would have to you'd have to sign up, and then also you have to do get all your work done. Like, there were all these rules you had to do in order to get on the list to be able to use it for 15 minutes. And then yeah. We're like, I want to do it. And then the thing you got to do was play a math computer game on, that was now I would probably this is dumb. But I loved the math computer games, and I was like, this is the best, and see, I did it again. This is the best, and I love math computer games. I'm so high tech. Yeah, I'm like, this is the version that I know so much better. I don't really know the other version very well. Oh, your school let you know. It's never too late to learn basic. Completely useless language that I've never actually used ever. Good morning, Audible Video. Great to see you, Kurt. Mix had to take home ec. I took it one semester. It was like the last semester they had home ec, and then they took it out. And I missed. I was like 2 years before I got to the junior high. They took out. They had wood shop, but I was too late. They already took it out. Alexa says that a conniption is a hysterical fit of excitement. Oh, so it's a real word. I didn't even know if it was a real word. I thought it was like something my grandma said. So Dance My Life Away is not about dancing. Uh-oh. I mean, unless you're doing work that's for the computer, like, what am I? I mean, besides, so the streaming I'm using in the computer, you don't have to, especially this thing where I'm just blah blahing, doesn't matter. Oh, I blah blahed a long time. But I wasn't looking at the clock. But yeah, like now the tablet just does like everything, especially if you've watched like Jade's show or Leela's show where they do different making music on the computer, on tablets. You can do so much. Your dad had the Apple LC2, the pizza box. My dad got an Apple IIe. Is that what it was? Man, that was so cool. It was just like the big box one. Is that what the one you're talking about? I don't know. It was so cool. All right, everybody, let's get Pookie in a new tablet. Let's do that. Oh, see now I'm just gonna go look up these songs. Because this is what I know of Ozzy Osbourne's song. No more tears, tears, tears. No, that's the limit of the song that I know. Blue has a vintage Sinclair 1000 and 2000 with cassette games. Ooh. My last day of school was 1984. My last day of high school was 1995, so I'm like 11 years younger. Robbie said, yeah, it's hard to perform. You can definitely do it on a tablet now if you have the right setup, because you can like plug everything into the tablets now. But I still am a little not sure how that works. So, and I got this laptop. I have a MacBook Air, and that seems to run everything pretty well, except for when it didn't. What you can do? Thought about not touring anymore. Oh. Hey, Chris Lane. Coffee ain't working. Well, good afternoon. Right? MS-DOS computers, totally. Oh. Chad said, oh my, you were so high tech. You got a program allowed you to type words and would speak it when you were in 7th grade, and you might have used it to make prank phone calls. Here I am doing prank phone calls with just my own voice. Oh my God, what an idiot I am. You were doing it so much cooler than me. But boy, did I prank call people. Because we got 3-way calling when I was in junior high. So I could call Chad, and then me and Chad could call Pole Vault, and then I'd be like, Chad, don't talk. And then I'd be like, hey, Pole Vault, what do you know? So we would do that where we would like fool them. You can be like, ha ha, Chad's on the phone and he heard you. We would do that because we're bitches. And then we would also do it where we would like pretend to be people, or we would ask silly questions. See, I did it again. Yeah, we were jerks. I was a jerk kid. We had Oregon Trail. That was cool. Hey, Hugh Caldwell. Good to see you. We were already talking about you. Oh, thank you, Zach. Much love, prayers, and positive vibes for Preston Smith's music, who's in the hospital. Still in the hospital. Oh, my gosh. Hope he's doing okay. I'm glad he went in. I'm really glad he got... he's taking good care of himself. It's hard sometimes. So Mix did a Christmas record in 97, and the cover he did on Paint on the PC. I love that. I bet it looked cool. I was watching Chad. There was a Gigi Allen cover we were watching on YouTube the other day, and the guy's picture, he's totally drawn in Paint. You can tell. Like 100%, but it looks awesome. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And it was a good cover too. Ooh, lady. Ooh, look at you. You taught your own self-coding. I love that. Blue has not gone to bed yet. You need to get to some sleeps. Did you get the chickens yet, Blue? I want to come over and see the chickens. I had a teacher that told me I would never work on computers. I went on her Facebook when I was doing tech at Madison Square Garden to thank her. Ooh, I love that. I love, not that she was a mean bitch, but I love that you were like, ha ha. You showed her, and I love that. Well, get some sleep, sweet blue unicorn. I'm going to go really soon. I got to go eat lunch. Let's do a bake sale for Pookie's new tablet. Aw, Pookie got to take metal shop and electronics in junior high, but you're the only girl in the class, right? Sometimes it was like that. Man, I wish we had those when I was in school. I wish they still had those. I had one of those clear IMAX later when I was older, but I know it was like the oldie. So like the screen was just like this big, and then there was like the oh yeah, ha ha ha. The screen was just this big, and there was the disc drive. There were 2 disc drives, I believe, and it was just like a complete rectangle. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, he's a serial killer. Is he really? I didn't know this. All right, I'm gonna read that too. Well, yeah, but we could get it for your birthday. Every day's your birthday. Ooh, Paul took Future Farmers of America in high school. Are you going to be a farmer in the future? Oh, well, I hope you get some sleep too. Hey, Gary Hubs, good to see you. Did you have your show last night? I went to bed so early. I totally missed it. No, I'm in 95 for high school. Is that right? Yeah. Pole vault was the prank call king. I bet you were. Hugh Caldwell says, my ambition for today is to get out of bed. It's 8:13 p.m. I think you can do it. You still have 4 hours almost. I think you can do it. And it'll be today. Hey, Axe and Nacho. Great to see you. Okay, so today we learned don't smoke things that came out of the vacuum cleaner. What else did we learn? Don't set yourself on fire. And that's actually for everybody for the entire year. None of us are going to set ourselves on fire this year. Blue Unicorn is on fire, but that's different from setting yourself on fire. There was a crazy lady that the CIA thought the CIA was after her. You can imagine the calls. Damn you, caller ID. Caller ID ruined everything. It really did. Also, star 69. You'd be like, oh no, they star 69'd me. Does that still work? It couldn't, does it? I have no idea. You were in the phone book listed as children's lines. That's really cool. No, I never had my own line. No chickens yet. All right, let me know. I want to come see chickens. Brad says, ooh, Brad says his nephew brought over his first guitar. He cleaned it up, restrung it, set up the truss rod so the strings were not too high. Oh, that's awesome. I can't believe you did that all and you're feeling sick too. You're the best. Oops. Sorry if I just blocked somebody. Unintentional. Okay. I messed something up, but we're just going to keep going. What does this say? Oh, FFA is where pole vault got its first set of chaps and a fancy blue jacket. It was very popular to do FFA in Texas. I knew a lot of people who did it. My high school didn't have it, but my cousins did it. Oh, wow. Zach says when 9/11 happened, he was in grade 10 woodworking class. Wow. I was, I worked at a Baptist church, and I was getting the newsletter from the print shop, because you still had to go to the print shop to get, I don't know, we had a printer. Well, I guess it was cheaper. I don't know idea. We go get it printed, and I had to go pick it up so that I could send out the church newsletter, because that was my job. I wrote the church newsletter and all the brochures and stuff. Wow. I hadn't thought about that in a while. So my older nephew bought his first Martin. Ooh. Well, let us do something fun for you, Pookie Ann. What kind of fun thing would Pookie Ann like that we could do for Pookie? Because we really appreciate, I think everybody really appreciates you and how supportive and kind and fun you are. So you let us know. Why was this so funny when we were like, I'm old enough where this was funny when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure we did this too. Oh, Lady, you're the best. So, Lady Campions is my best friend, talked me into making one prank phone call one time, and I felt incredibly guilty about it. I should have, but I was a jerk. Um, okay, I'm skipping over all the other Prince Albert jokes. Ooh, the party line? Totally. Um, I guess I know what it was. I don't know if we ever had it in our house, but my grandma did. Or she told me about it. I would never have done that at my grandma's house. She would have murdered me. She would have a conniption fit, y'all. Um, I like to play marbles and jacks. I was the best at jacks, and I like kicked everybody's ass at jacks. Did anybody else? Did anybody else? I could grab all the jacks. God, I'm old. Chad was in wood shop and metal shop in junior high. Man, I wish mine had had it. Oh no, don't think about his assless chaps. Ryan says party line was where we shared the same line and you could hear other folks on their phones. And you had to like make sure, be like, hey, could you get off so that I could call? Oh, that's who, yeah. It was my grandma's brother that had the party line. That's who it was. When we visited them at their farm, because they still had a farm, and they lived kind of like they lived outside Wichita Falls, Texas, which is nothing, which is a tiny little ass town. They lived outside of that. It was fun. Oh no, you're in trouble. Okay, you request the follow. You guys are fun. Ooh, pickup sticks was good too. I liked pickup sticks. Um, Jackson Legos. I use them to protect my home to this day. I love that. I love that. They are no fun to step on. That is truth. They will murder you. Um, Hold on, you plead the eighth. What's the eighth? I gotta look up what the eighth is. I know the fifth. I don't know the eighth. I bet it's good. I'm pleading the seventh. Why is that cracks me up and I don't know why. Plead the fifth of whiskey. That makes as much sense. Blue says I dropped spaghetti the other night and I decided that's how pickup sticks was invented. That's totally true. Man, I play that for hours. I was really easily amused as a child. You two crack me up. Well, okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat lunch, and let me sing a song. I still have lotion on my hands. I'm going to sing a song, and then I'm gonna go eat lunch, and then I'm going to, I should go to the gym. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go to work, I think. I still think marbles are really cool, and you get like those cat eye marbles or the ones with all the colors inside. They're amazing. I love it. I'm gonna play Take Me to the River tomorrow night. Just because in the off chance I ever get monetized. Everything cannot be cover songs. That's I'm not there yet, but one day I'm putting it in the universe there. I never had Pogs. Aw, Sunshine lost her marbles. Okay, I kind of like messed this one up. Well, I did the mashup on Friday, so this is just the regular song. Ooh, ooh, Slingshot. I woke up sore this morning with one foot out the door. I woke up sore this morning with one foot out the door. I prayed last night to Jesus, heaven's what I'm praying for. Ooh, 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 ooh. Long as I've been living, I've had little promised me. Long as I've been living, I've had little promised me. The promise I've been keeping, I hope for eternity. Ooh, 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 ooh. Deep in the river will you bury my bones? That's probably under the gone. And when my days are over, and when my days are gone, I hope that you remember, I hope my soul you carry on. Chad, which song are you talking about? Under the water and under the stones. Deep in the river will you bury my bones? Will you carry me home when I die? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bury my kids' bones. Oh, life can be a struggle and it always does you in. You can't tell that you're winning till the game is at the end. You can count it by the minutes, but you never know the score. You can count it by the blessings until you can count no more. Deep in the river will you bury my bones? Under the water and under the stones. Deep in the river will you bury my bones? Will you carry me home till I die? Will you carry me home till I die? Will you carry me home? Oh, oh, oh. Without trying to be two songs at once, that kind of was a fail. Just to rescue that. All right, so that was Bury My KFC Bones for Chad. Yeah, I did not know Pogs either. I mean, I kind of knew what they were, but I never knew what the game was. I didn't get it. I love pole vault. And I can't wait for tomorrow's night is going to be me doing Lies and Love songs, but every other Monday night is going to be pole vault and Sunshine being awesome. You were awesome, and I really liked you when you played it. I thought it was good. Hey, Limey, great to see you. I didn't see you lurking there. Thank you for being here. Chad says, I will show off Fonzie and Evil Knievel tonight. Ooh, yeah, post a link if you got anything going on tonight you want people to go to. Ooh, those gel pens are sparkly. I'm jealous. I would have been your friend so I could use your sparkle gel pens. Oh, see, I'll also, me and Lady, we're going to hang out with our marbles and gel pen. This is what I want. That's fun to me. I didn't know slammers either. Oh yeah, puffy. I will still collect puffy stickers, Chad. If I see puffy stickers, actually stickers in general, I put them in my journal. I like to give myself a star when I did good. It makes me feel accomplished. I'm a dork. Okay, so again, don't smoke things out of the vacuum cleaner. Don't set yourself on fire. Did we learn anything else? I think that's it. We learned 2 things. That's a lot of things to learn. We learned something about ions, but I've already forgotten it. And so Non-Mouse is like, you can't believe you already forgot that. Ooh, I love this axe. It says in the 90s, how many colors you could fit in one gigantic pin. I had that pin and I was like, ooh. But there was one that was bigger. Like I had the 4 one, and then there's the one that's like 12. I wanted that so bad. I wanted it. Pole vault ruined Evil Knievel for me. Now I'm just waiting for a bigger ramp. Damn it, pole vault. Why'd you do that? All right. Okay. Oh, you guys are so, thank you, Zach. Okay. Ooh, a treasure. you all keep going and I'm like, yes. I did like the little troll on the pencils. There's nothing more useless than a groggy Chris Lane Sr. Aw. Well, I hope you get some rest and I hope you feel better. And everybody has a great day. And it was so cool. Who is cooler? Pole vault, Fonzie, or Evil Knievel? Pole vault. Pole vault's the coolest. Hey. What's wrong with my thumbs? Okay. What's wrong with my thumbs? It's going to be cool. I definitely can't wait. And this is, so I have tried to do this. I told you about my tour. I haven't been able to get any gigs anywhere. No responses. None. So anybody has any help with that, please let me know. Because I am not doing as well as I imagined that it would happen. So, evil pole vault. Okay, y'all, go away. I'll see you tomorrow at Lies and Love Songs at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for 2 hours, hopefully electric if I can get myself in gear. And I'll see you then. And, all right, that's all I gotta say. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great Sunday, and big love to you all, and thank you for being here. And if anybody has a place where y'all want to go right now, put a link in the chat so y'all can go there. So, or tell where it is, because people like to hang out with you, because you are awesome. You are the very coolest, and this would not be the same without you here. I'm talking to you right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, you guys keep going, and it just cracks me up. This is true. If you can find me one. Anonymous, do you want to be my booking agent? I'll give you a percentage. Okay. Good night or good afternoon, and I'll see you on tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.